Poynton Sixth Form Virtual Open Evening 2020.
Hello, I'm Mr. Hardman, the Director of Sixth Form here at Poynton, and I'm pleased to welcome you to our virtual Open Evening presentation. Normally, we'd be gathered together in the hall while I deliver the information that you're about to see on this PowerPoint, but unfortunately, due to the current situation, that's not possible. So I'm hopeful that in this presentation I'm able to give you a real flavour of our sixth form and to give you the answer to many of the questions that you may currently be thinking about both how to choose a sixth form and how to choose the subjects that you're going to study. This presentation is also supported by individual subject PowerPoints available on the website. There's also links there to the full prospectus and a student tour of our fantastic sixth form centre. Please take the time to have a look at all of these different individual pieces of information, as they really will help you to make the right choices for your future.
Our sixth form here at Poynton is based within our own separate sixth form centre. Within the centre there are 12 classrooms, 2 of which are computer rooms. We also have our own coffee bar with its own Starbucks. And there's also a large separate study area for the students to log in their own study hours within their own private time. What we're about here at Poynton is trying to make sure that the students are given the right kind of learning environment. Everything that we do is geared towards the students becoming good, independent learners who are able to take control of their own learning and to make sure that they are learning that independence that they're going to need before the next stages of their journey as they move on within education.
Students in Year 11 have many very important choices to make. One of the key decisions to think about is, where do you actually want to be? Do you want to be somewhere that you know and you feel comfortable? Do you want to be somewhere where you're going to be known and not just be one of the faces in the crowd? These are all things that you've got to think about really carefully in terms of choosing the right institution for you. Other things to think about is about subject choices. Where are you going to be successful? Are you choosing subjects that you enjoy? Does the subjects that you're going to choose fit with your future plans? These are all things that you've got to be thinking about at this stage now. Making the wrong choice now can mean a delay for your future in terms of getting to where you actually want to be. What we work very hard to achieve here at Poynton is to get the idea that we are a separate sixth form college, but within the secure, supportive environment with everything that a school situation brings. What we're looking to achieve is high academic learning, but that built within a secure and supportive environment. We're looking for consistently very high achievement, which we do achieve year on year, and we're trying to look at the range of courses that we can make available to our students that we can very successfully deliver and at the same time produce those outstanding results for our students. Some of the practical things to consider when trying to make your choice about where to study for your A-levels and BTECs are to think about the environment itself. Do you want to be somewhere where you're going to be known? Do you want to be somewhere that's small enough and intimate enough that people are going to get to know you? Your teachers will know you as individual learners. Do you want to be somewhere where it's going to be easy to make friends? One of the key things that we've worked very hard to do here at Poynton is to keep all of our lunch times and break times common for all of the sixth form students. This means that you can have those times to socialise together and really get to know other students within your year group, or indeed across both year groups. The other thing that we're able to do is to keep average class sizes smaller than many other institutions. This means that your teacher will really get to know you as an individual learner. The other thing to consider as well about choosing a school-based environment is that there will be lots of different leadership opportunities that you can take part in. You can decide to lead a club or an activity working with the younger students, and that will prove to be really useful when you come to make an application to move on from your A-level and BTEC studies. For information about each of the different subjects that we offer at both A-level and BTEC, and for information about the Career Ready programme and the EPQ, the Extended Project Qualification, please visit the separate subject links that are available on the website. Alongside all of this wide variety of choice, we also offer a very large enrichment programme. What this allows students to do is to work beyond the curriculum and look at areas that they're specifically interested in. This might be working within the community, this might be working within different subjects within school. There's a huge programme that's available for the students to become involved with. Also alongside this, we have a guarantee of work experience for each of the students in the sixth form, where you'll be given a week during school time to be able to go and visit a business, get proper hands-on work experience that can prove invaluable for you choosing whether a career that you're currently thinking about is actually the right one for you to move forward with in the future. I also wanted to just speak briefly about some of the other opportunities that there are beyond the curriculum. These are all listed for you here. There's a full range of different things that the students can become involved in. From Duke of Edinburgh, where we're one of the biggest providers in the northwest of England, lots of our sixth form students get fully involved in taking the Gold Award, and they're very successful in terms of finishing this qualification. There's also things like the school show. We've put this on every 2 years, and sixth formers take a leading and active role within those performances. There's lots of opportunities to become involved in sport, be that playing the sport or taking a leadership role to run or referee some of those activities. And there's also things, again, linked back to the subject areas, like being a subject ambassador, where your role is to promote and work alongside teachers to make the younger students aware of all the opportunities that are available with those particular subject areas. We very much try and centre everything here at Poynton around the individual. That's from individual subject choices and supporting people through that journey of making the right choices of what you want to study. But also once you've joined us here, it's also about the individual way that we can support you. And because we're dealing with 160 to 170 different students, we can really make that very individual for you. We look at an individual monitoring program where your progress and your learning will be monitored by your progress year leader. We also look to make our advice particularly tailored to you as an individual. Every single one of our students that choose to make a UCAS application gets support on an individual level through that UCAS application process. And if your choice is to move on to an apprenticeship, we'll give you the right tailored individual advice for you to be able to move on to what you want to do in the future. If we were a much larger provider, we would probably find this much more difficult to do. In terms of our examination results, our academic performance is incredibly strong. In 2019, we were awarded a national award for our Key Stage 5 results, and these results have improved in each one of the last 5 years. You can see the particular figures there for each of the main grade boundaries provided for you, and they are very consistent year on year. As I say, they've gone up slightly over each of the last 5 years, but they're starting from a very high benchmark. We're very proud of our academic results here at Poynton. It's very important when you're making your decision about where to study for your A-levels and your BTECs to have a look at local comparisons. You can go on the gov.gov website and have a look at their Compare Schools and Colleges pages. You can put in the names of each of the different schools or colleges that you want to compare. The most interesting figure to look at is the one that's highlighted in the centre of this slide here, which is the value added figure. That takes a look at the academic abilities of the students when they arrive with an institution at the start of their A-levels and BTECs, and how much value that institution adds to each individual learner. As you can see from our current score from 2019 that we have on the government page there, we're very proud, as I say, of that academic achievement that we've been able to work with our students to achieve. This next slide gives you information about the entry requirements for joining us here in the sixth form. We offer what I believe is a very fair level of entry, which does allow us to serve the needs of all of our young people within our community and our wider community. We'll only offer subjects to students where we know we can be successful with them. But the basic entry requirement, as you can see on the screen there, is to achieve 5 subjects with a grade 4 or above in your GCSEs or equivalents. It is important to look at all of this information really closely and really carefully. Individual subjects may well have a slightly higher entry requirement, and it's important to have a look at this on the prospectus pages on the website so that you're very clear about what the requirements for entry for each of the different individual subjects are. Given on this slide here is all the information that you need about the whole application process itself. That process is going to start with you obviously watching this presentation here tonight and then going along to have a look at each of the different subject presentations, having a look at the prospectus pages that are on the link there given on the school website. And then this starts off a process which will then lead you to make that initial application to us to show your interest and to show some of the subjects that you may at that point be considering wanting to study. This will then lead on in the early springtime to individual consultation meetings, either in person or we'll do those virtually with our students, to discuss applications moving forward and to check that the subject choices that you're making are the right ones for the career path and the future that you want for yourself. What we'll then do is take those choices at that point and we'll use that information to create our option pools. This is where a more rigid version of the future timetable is created, looking at all the different subject choices and make sure that we avoid as many clashes as we possibly can between different subjects that students want to take. Once we've worked on this and towards the late spring, early summertime, we'll then be making offers out to our students. This offer letter will give you the information about the courses that you've wanted to study and have chosen, and it will also give you information about what to do then moving forward once the results come out in the summer and how to accept your place with us here after results day and to start with us from next September. One of the main questions that I often get asked by Year 11 students is, how is the sixth form different from being in the main school, either here at Poynton or at another institution that you might currently be attending? And my answer is really wide and varied. What I would say is that our hope is to have a continuation of all the best bits that we have in our main school environment, the knowledge of our students, the support, the welfare, all of that still remains in our sixth form here. And we're small enough to put all of those things in place for students. But alongside that, we want to be starting to build those adult to adult relationships. We want to give students this opportunity to really build up that freedom and independence as a learner that's really going to prepare you for being ready for the next stage of your journey, be that an apprenticeship, be that going into work with training, or be that taking a place at university. And some of the key practical things we want to give you, as I've said earlier in this presentation, the environment for that to work for you. So there is independent study spaces. You've got your own coffee bar. It's part of your responsibility to learn how to manage that time. We will be watching carefully and monitoring that as we go along, and we'll give you a little push in the right direction if we feel that you're not quite handling that responsibility in the right way. But alongside that, we want people to really have the chance to be yourself. So things like mobile phone rules would be just the same as they are in the world of work. So in your own time, in your free periods, you can have your mobile phone out. We don't have a uniform here in the sixth form. And again, we want to try and build up that readiness for further study or for moving into the world of work as you move forward. We really do think we've got it right here, being the best of both worlds that we can possibly give our students. I also wanted to provide some information for you if you're thinking about applying to us here at Poynton from a different school or college. We've provided on this slide for you hopefully what will be lots of reassuring information for you about how that process of transition works of moving from your current school into our sixth form here at Poynton. We really do find that this is seamless for most of the students that decide to join us from elsewhere. Our students here at Poynton are very welcoming. I think they find meeting new people a really interesting part of their journey into the sixth form, and we often find that students that join us from other schools or colleges actually find that transition process into working with us here at Poynton absolutely seamless, and they actually find it a really positive experience to go through. So I would really encourage you to think about us as a sixth form provider for you if you don't currently attend Poynton High School. It's easy for me to tell you exactly what I think the experience is like to move to us from a different school. But what we've done is we've asked some of our recent students that have joined us from elsewhere to say exactly what they think about this process and how it's gone for them. It may be an idea, not just for students who are maybe joining us from other schools or colleges, but also for our own Year 11 students, just to pause the presentation here now and have a read on both this slide and the next slide of what the students have to say about joining us here in the sixth form. Again, on this slide, it may be worth just pausing the presentation briefly to again have a read through what two more of our students have to say about that transition journey of joining us from other schools or colleges. I wanted to just mention two other factors that it's worth you considering while you're making your choices about where to study for your A-levels and your BTECs. Transport's really important, and this is something that I would really encourage you to have a look at, and we've given you the link here to our current transport information about joining us here at Poynton. Also, if you're at all worried about financial implications of studying during your sixth form time with us here, we do offer the 16 to 19 bursary fund. More information is available about this, and we will talk to students once they arrive with us. If your household income is below £25,000, we can offer financial support to help you with your studies and particularly with your travel arrangements to get here once you are signed up to be part of our sixth form here at Poynton. So, to summarise, what can you expect from us here at Poynton High School sixth form? You can expect to be known. We want to know you as an individual and to help you make the absolute best of the opportunity that's in front of you. We want to challenge you and make sure that you take part in every opportunity that's available for you. You're going to be supported both in a welfare way and also with your academic learning. All of this should lead us to make you the most successful sixth form student that you can possibly be. And that's what we want for you here at Poynton High School sixth form. I wanted to finish by just saying thank you. Thank you for giving me your time watching this presentation, and hopefully the information that we've provided for you up to this point has been really useful in helping you make the right choice for your future. Please take the time to look at all of the other links that are available on our website. Those will give you information about individual subjects. It will also take you to the prospectus pages where you can read all the background information to each of the different subjects and about the whole application process, and also have a look at our sixth formers giving you a tour around our fantastic sixth form centre. I really do look forward to seeing as many of you as possible joining us here in September 2021 at the start of your A-level and BTEC journey. Thank you and goodbye.